Hello and welcome to the second installment of the OSCiLLOT video tutorial series. Before we dive deeper into modular synthesis with the OSCiLLOT instrument, we take a look at the OSCiLLOT AFX audio effect version, which lets you process audio data on audio tracks. There's a little difference between the OSCiLLOT AFX and the OSCiLLOT instrument, and the difference is that the OSCiLLOT instrument is polyphonic, while the OSCiLLOT AFX is strictly monophonic, so it does not let you adjust polyphony or that sort. So it says just audio effect version, where it says on the instrument version polyphony, and let you make the adjustments. As usual, you can open the editor, and in order to get sound through the OSCiLLOT AFX, you need to patch the output and the input, and then play some sound on the audio track where it sits on. In this case, we play this drum beat. And now we can start using all the modules. As I said, these are the same modules as on the OSCiLLOT instrument version. So we can use, I don't know, for example, the filters. We can use a mixer to mix the signals. Most of the OSCiLLOT modules are monophonic, and if you want to have a true stereo patch, you need to have two of the modules, but in most cases it's totally sufficient to have a monophonic patch. So let's patch the mixer into the filter, and from the filter we go to the audio output, and also the right one. So now we have this little filter in our signal path. We can adjust the modules on the screen to make it look nicer, and we can of course take a modulator, for example LFOB, to modulate the filter. Like this. Now we can make, of course, use of all the effects which are in this version. We can take, for example, the ring modulator, patch the signal of the dry signal here, and again use the LFO to modulate the ring modulator. We can take a simple delay. That can be sit anywhere in the signal path, so in this case we just patch it. And also that can be modulated by the LFO. And as we have learned earlier, you can use the macro module from the modulator section to control parameters with the macro functionality. It's exactly the same as in the instrument version. And you can save your patches and store them. Another interesting fact is that you can incorporate VST effects, so with the VST Effects module. So if you want to get rid, for example, with the ring modulator, and instead we patch a VST inside our signal path, we can choose the VST, which will open a dialog, and there you need to navigate to your VST folder, and in my case I try one of those GRM effects, and if you press the open button here, the interface of the effect will open, and in this case, not in this case, but in all cases, it opens behind the OSCiLLOT screen, so you need to move away the screen so that you can see this interface. So, and if you want to hear only the signal from the VST, this lets us you can also use these three parameters to control parameters of the VST, and in the box below you need to type in the CC data of the VST, and basically you need to look up in the manual which parameter corresponds to what. So let's see. If we type in parameter 9, we probably can control here in this case the size of the looped region. Of course, we have created some presets for you, which you can easily access in the OSCiLLOT pack from the audio effect presets, and you can load presets just by dropping them onto the actual OSCiLLOT. And for example, resonator delay, this will open the resonator preset. There it is. And you can study the signal path and maybe just adjust parameters to whatever you like and save that as a new preset. So the OSCiLLOT AFX is a nice extension of the OSCiLLOT system, which lets you just patch monophonic audio effect on audio effect tracks, and as you can see on the CPU, it's pretty lightweight because it's monophonic and doesn't use polyphony, so therefore you can use a bunch of more modules here. And well, just try out the presets, learn what the modules do, and find your own sound and signature sound, store it, and it's basically a nice playground for exploration of sound. And all the modules give you a different type of character. And as you see, there's a lot of stuff to explore and to try out. So I would say next time we dive a little bit deeper into synthesis, and that's it for today with the AFX version. It's a nice companion to the OSCiLLOT instrument because, as I said earlier, in the instrument version you should, well, you can, but you should not patch polyphonic effects, because that will really take up CPU if you create a reverb and have that on each voice of a polyphonic patch. But instead you can have the AFX version after the instrument and make your instrument patches and your effect patches individually. Thank you for watching. Until next time in our little OSCiLLOT video tutorial series. Take care. Goodbye.